So you played on the team last year?
Yes, the past 5 years.
Okay, so tell us about, you've been here a while. Tell us about losing back-to-back multiple times. Three times.
The first time, it felt like heartbreak.
Are your 2021 champions.
The second time, it felt like fate.
Congratulations to the Vanderbilt Commodores.
The story and journey ends with the hoist of the 2024 NCAA Bowling Championship trophy. Jacksonville State claims it in their inaugural season. Congratulations to the Gamecocks.
The third time, that's when it started to feel personal.
First championship in program history.
The fourth, close, yet so far away. Four years, 4 shots at glory. 3 times they've come so close. 3 times they've felt the sting of almost tasting victory, only for it to slip through their fingers. But they didn't walk away.
Here's where I think it comes from. As you go back to the start of this program, really brought on because we were in a situation with our numbers from a gender equity standpoint where we needed to add a women's sport. There were several they looked at started. Everybody wants to talk softball, and that certainly was one of the options. Really, the kind of the big 3 they looked at the time was softball. Was the other one, other than bowling, that really got a good look was equestrian because of the equine center just across the street from where we are now. In the end, bowling was the choice that won out, and I think part of it is because we did have a large bowling center, in town that was willing to help with that, and 2. A lot of the credit goes to the first coach, Chris James, who actually worked at the bowling center, what's now Hijinks. Like, he wasn't in college bowling, or he wasn't a coach. He worked at the bowling center, and he came in. He was named the first coach of the program. And where I give Coach James a lot of credit is where early on in the start of this program, he probably could have just fielded a roster, and that would have been good enough. But he never let that be good enough for him. So he got us competitive fast. And there weren't as many programs at the time. In those first several years, I think only 8 teams went to the NCAA tournament. So it took us a couple of years, I think, maybe missing it until we made the tournament. But then the first year we got into the field, we finished runner-up. First time we were ever in it. And so this sustained success, now 16 straight NCAA tournaments and 4 runner-ups and all these things, a lot of that goes back to the start of the program and Chris James, who, again, was never from the beginning just content to field a team. He wanted to be good, and he got us good fast.
Every team has its heartbeat, and for the Arkansas State women's bowling team, that heartbeat is steady, focused, firm, and fueled by 2 leaders who rarely take the spotlight: head coach Justin Kostick and assistant coach Emma Stull. Justin Kostick knows how to win, but more importantly, he knows how to build people. He keeps things focused, but never forgets that this game is supposed to be fun. He brings structure, but always leaves room for laughter, for growth, for confidence. The kind who reminds you that you're here for a reason and that you belong.
do you love about the coaching staff that you have on the team?
So like for a bowling aspect, I love how I can have like an open relationship and talk about moves and balls, and it's not like that everywhere. And then on a personal level, just being able to have relationships outside and truly be able to talk to problems, like if I have personal and just there outside of bowling as well.
So you have to do that. I have to definitely move left, move my eyes way left. Because I hit like 20, 22, 23, like that area. And if she's that.
I think that she needs to make a big jump left to be able to keep it tight.
That's fine. You just gotta keep it in.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do, like a 2-2?
Yeah, we can do that. Because I think I'm going to look like 23, 24, because I will pull it.
And then there's Emma, a former standout player who's now become the kind of coach she once looked up to. She knows what it means to wear the Red Wolves jersey, to feel the pressure of 10 frames and the weight of a championship on your back.
Our old assistant coach had gotten a new job over the summer, and Justin just called me one day. I was on my way to work back in North Carolina, and he said, "Hey, do you want this job?" I said, "Well, can I have some time to think about it?" And then I couldn't say no. He's done a lot for me, and this program's done a lot for me, and I wanted to come back and be with all of the girls that were here.
Do you think your experience as a player and going through all that helps you as an assistant coach for this team?
I do. I think it'll be really helpful as we enter postseason soon, just to kind of help the girls understand exactly what they're going to be feeling. Obviously, Justin's an incredible head coach, but sometimes if you've never experienced it, it's hard to put into words what to expect. And so that's kind of my goal for the next couple of weeks, is to help them understand, because postseason is a completely different format than the normal tournaments that we bowl in, and it's a lot more pressure than just the home tournament and similar things like that. I think as a player, like looking back on it, you just have to kind of like let it happen. Don't let the moment get too big for you, because I do think that happened to us my sophomore year when we lost the first time. I think we just let it, we were kind of starstruck almost by all of the lights. In the past 2 years, I don't think that happened as bad. I do think we kind of let it slip away. So kind of putting into the girls' head that they have to fight the entire time. We got up 3-1 2 years ago and watched it slip away game by game. So using what happened to me as a player and putting that into the girls' minds, I think will help a lot.
I think it's amazing, honestly. I mean, at this point, I can't even imagine like him having hired anybody else for this year, because like Emma is just such a like key factor in our whole team. Like everyone loves her. She's like, sometimes if you need help with a move or something, like Emma will always talk to you. She's always there to give you a pep talk, calm you down, just like be good. Like she's just such a good person and like has such good energy and vibes. And I think she has really impacted our team this year, just being on the coaching staff.
The balance between Emma and Caustic isn't just about roles. It's about rhythm, strategy and support, focus and feeling. Together, they've created something more than a system. They've built a family. In a sport of precision, it's the human element that matters most. The people who guide, listen, and show up no matter the score. And that's exactly who Caustic and Stull are. Not just coaches, not just leaders, but the quiet foundation behind every strike, every spare, and every comeback.
Did you go through any trials this season, just mentally, physically, that really just like hindered you playing the best of your abilities?
Personally, I definitely did. Just every tournament, I would have a bit of a confidence issue, so I'd go out there, I would not throw the best shots that I know, and I would find ways to overcome it. I'd talk with my team, talk with my coaches. There's a lot of that, but I feel like towards the end it really got better, and I go into postseason doing the best that I can, and I really feel like the end of the year was when I really was at the best that I could have performed.
Would you say that your team and your coaches were your support system to get you over that hump, or was there anyone else that was helping with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like the team, you can tell when people are struggling, and so they'll always come up to you, try to figure stuff out. Coach Costa, he really tried to help me out there. Emma, we'd be just talking for hours trying to figure out what's going on. The girls, they really did help me out at the moments where my confidence was really low, but they were able to help me and push through there. And those girls, I would do anything for them.
They don't ask for credit, they don't need the spotlight, because for them, it's never been about recognition. It's about the team. It's always been about the team.
So would you say that they make you stronger, even bowling, but just as a person in general?
Absolutely. It's always good to have a support system, and I think when you're put into a situation where you have to compete with these girls, obviously we're natural competitors. We want to win. And there's sometimes disagreements about who's bowling and who's not. But at the end of the day, there's no animosity between anybody on the team, and you build connections, and those connections, knowing that you have that support system it helps tremendously.
Behind every strike and spare, there's the hard work, the sweat, and the unity that brings them together. It's more than just practice, it's the foundation of who they are, both on and off the lanes.
Would you consider this team as your family?
Yes, 100%, without a doubt. I was at a previous school where I don't even talk to my old teammates, and these girls I can walk out and know if something happens, or if I'm having a rough day, I could call any one of them and be like, hey, I'm not having a good day. Can we go grab something to eat or go hang out and do something to get my mind off of it? They're 100% all of my sisters.
They were able to help me push through there, and those girls, I would do anything for them. They really helped me out. This team, I want to say family. I know everybody says their team is a family, but this team really is like a family on and off the lanes.
Explain that.
The girls are just always there when you need them. We'll just walk over to each other's places and we'll just hang out. It's just one of those where it's just they're always there for you, and on the lanes they're just behind you. Even when you mess up, even when something goes wrong, they're not mad at you for it. We have nothing against anybody, anytime, anywhere. It's just those bonds that we've made so far this year.
In the middle of it all are leaders like Jessica Schnur, whose voice carries not just on the lanes, but into every corner of their team culture. As president of the Sociology and Criminology Association Club, Jess is more than just a bowler. She's a mentor, a motivator, someone who leads by example and by heart. When Jess is around, the vibe lifts. She's loud in the best way. Loud with love, with laughter, with belief in the people around her. In a sport that demands precision and control, it's this unshakable joy, this spirit that keeps them going. Because what they've built here, it's more than a team, it's family.
Knowing that all the girls are behind your back, you beat them.
Who would you say was the leader of this team?
I would think definitely Jessica. I think Jessica, just because she's always at tournaments, she keeps people accountable. She always starts huddles and team meetings. You can tell how much passion she has and how much drive. You can tell how bad she wants it for all the girls. And she was there when we lost on TV. She's seen all these losses. She knows what we're capable of. And I think she really tries to push everybody to be better than who they are now.
A lot of our something that we need to work on a lot is just being able to focus in whenever things aren't going our way. Because sometimes yeah, our energy will be up whenever we're bowling good, but sometimes, something might go wrong or the momentum shifts, and it's hard for us to keep up that energy. And that's something that, I try and contribute to a lot, is just try and, be there and, hype people up and talk to them about their moves, try and take people's nerves away, because bowling can be very scary, especially when you're competing for a national title.
How did it feel to lose?
We just thought we had it, but it was definitely heartbreaking. It was devastating.
It's a feeling that not a lot of people can understand. And it's not something that I ever want to do again.
It was very heartbreaking. It was hard because of how many seniors we had on the team and how badly they wanted it, and my heart broke for them, especially just because they've been through that before, and I feel like that was obviously the goal of the whole year, and for us to get that close and it was going so well, and at the last second it was kind of just yanked, especially from the seniors. It was heartbreaking for sure.
Along with losses in the NCAA championship, the girls have faced adversity, little to no support, and minimal exposure.
How can we make bowling a more, simply put, watch sport?
Well, you don't get a lot of opportunities, right? We only play at home one time a year, and that happened a couple of weekends ago. So you don't get that many chances to see them in person. And then the other tournaments are typically on some streaming platform. So really the only time they're going to be on linear television is usually the national championship match. So, number one, there are limited opportunities.
I feel like it is an underappreciated sport, which everyone will say it's kind of this whole other world. With a lot of sports, you can watch it and you understand what's happening, but bowling, there's so many technical little things that you have to just be interested in bowling to actually want to learn about it and be invested. It's the wheel pattern, the different types of balls, the physics behind all of it. So you just have to really be interested. And something that I kind of always say is there's people that aren't in the bowling world, and there's people that are in the bowling world, and people that are in the bowling world are just get that they get what it's like to be able to compete and that sort of stuff. But people that aren't in the bowling world are just go to play with their family or have a birthday party, which is totally fine. But it's just a totally different atmosphere when you're doing it competitively.
I think it's definitely gotten better. When I first started here, we had really nobody that came to watch us, and all of the media. We have great media people, but I do think it's definitely improved over the past 5 years. So I think it's easier for me to look on the positive side of things. Obviously, it could always be better. It could be better for all of the sports here on campus, but I think that we're trending in the right direction.
Again, they were tired of falling short, so they showed up again and again until growth was no longer optional. It was instinct.
All right, describe the environment and energy from the team, just tournaments, anything.
Well, we strive to have really positive energy and just be all together. And our biggest thing is if we're not having good energy, then why are we doing this? So I would say we're all pretty collective in there together and just try to be one as a whole.
It's more of a championship mindset here. It's a lot more competitive, and everyone's together for one goal.
What's that one goal?
To win the national championship.
Emma, we'd be just talking for hours trying to figure out what's going on. The girls, they really did help me out at the moments where my confidence was really low, but they were able to help me and push through there. And those girls, I would do anything for them.
Tell us how you guys are preparing for the tournament and how you guys are going to get over that hump and hopefully win a national championship.
We're preparing. I think a lot of our something that we need to work on a lot is just being able to focus in whenever things aren't going our way, because sometimes yeah, our energy will be up whenever we're bowling good, but sometimes, something might go wrong or the momentum shifts, and it's hard for us to keep up that energy. And that's something that, like, I try and contribute to a lot, is to just try and, like, be there and, like, hype people up and talk to them about their moves, try and take people's nerves away, because bowling can be very scary, especially when you're competing for a national title. But it's just, I think that just letting everything go and being able to just bowl and have fun, but also just not worry about it. I think that will be a really big key in winning winning a national championship, not getting another runners-up ring.
They have a chance to do what's never been done here, and that's win a team national championship, NCAA national championship for Arkansas State University. So hopefully we can all get behind them in their pursuit of that, and then get ready to really, really blow it out when it happens.
Sarah, how are you feeling about going into the next game?
I'm ready. I mean, there is no other option but winning.
They've done everything in the world but win the national championship. To me, they're the most consistent program in America. The runner-up 3 of the last 4 years. Believe me when I say it, I look at you, or I look at this, or I look at this. Arkansas State is going to win a national championship in bowling. That is a win, not if. And that could be this year. It could be any year. It's coming. And probably when it comes, it won't be alone.